Right.
But it does show us on both YouTube and Facebook right now. So I will do my part in double checking that that's accurate.
There's no live Instagram, Juliet?
No, yeah, Instagram does not sync with almost any of the video platforms that I found. So if you know of something, let me know.
Okay.
All right, I am just giving it a quick second. It does look like we're live on both platforms. I'm seeing a couple folks that are already starting to hop onto the broadcast with us. So thank you so much for getting on here with us. Know that we like to give Facebook a second to alert you guys that we're live, but please do us a huge favor. If you are already tuned in, which I see several of you that already are, give us a reaction on this video so I can see who you are that's watching. You can also begin to comment on this video as well so we can give you some shout outs here momentarily along the way. But we'll go ahead and get this kicked off because this broadcast is supposed to be generally 30 minutes. I've extended it to about 45 just because we have two awesome guests with us, and I would like to be able to have you guys get to know them in a little bit more depth. So I'll just go right to it. Good morning. Happy Friday to everyone. I feel like this week has been incredibly packed and busy for so many. And so I just want to give you that pat on the back and let you know that you are doing so much. You're doing amazing. And thank you for hopping on here with us on this live broadcast. I am Juliet Abdel, your Chamber President and CEO, and these live broadcasts that are available to you at any point in time to rewind, rewatch. You can find many of them going back into last year when we first unveiled them around the start of COVID. Now, there is a video section here on our Facebook page where you can see those videos, or you can also check it out at the very same time on our YouTube channel. That's Westminster Chamber of Commerce. So if you know of folks that may not be Facebook savvy, they may have found themselves commenting on a number of items and are now blocked from the platform, you can always direct them to our YouTube page where we are simultaneously sharing this out. Now, we are connected on a variety of platforms, and if you were on at the very start, then you know John and I were briefly talking about Instagram. We are on all types of social media pages, so you can find us on Twitter. You can also find us on Instagram and LinkedIn, Westminster Chamber of Commerce. And what we do is on the variety of platforms, we are generally sharing different information. And if we are sharing information that might correlate or is similar, it's usually something else or an additional widget. We want to communicate as effectively as possible. So we encourage you to be involved on those channels as well. Now, as you're hopping on here, you're going to start seeing people that are commenting, they're reacting to the video. It's not because I've bribed them to do so, it's because they know the drill. So here's what it boils down into. If it's your first time on our page, do not let it be the last. I ask you to hit the like button at the very top. Make sure that your notification center are turned to alerts or to the primary following status. So that way you can be notified when we post content, when we go live. Of course, if you're a returning viewer, thank you for being with us since the start. Continue to do your part by hitting that share button below the video so others in your network can learn more about the resources, but today's broadcast really to learn more about these awesome small businesses in and around our community. And of course, the comment section is where we engage with you. We want to be as lively as possible. I'm dull with done with the dual Zoom meetings. I'm all about the personal, the feeling of excitement, especially when it's Friday. I want to celebrate with you. So use the comment section to be able to engage with us with good morning pleasantries, like I see from Counselor DeMott, who is almost, I'm going to say Mayor Pro Tem DeMott now for our city council. He has already shared with us a nice good morning message. Know that any of the comments that you share with us, it will show not only the comment, but it'll show your photo. So hopefully you have a photo that you are super proud of and that you are comfortable displaying. We also have with us our past board chairman, Brian Head. Brian is tuned in and is giving us a nice good morning message. And he's sharing Not Fair featuring pho right before lunch. That place is awesome. So this is actually, thank you, Brian, for feeding into the reason behind why we chose these two partners at today's time. We want you to know them, but then we also want you to go ahead and take that to the road and go put your boots on the ground, support them locally, have lunch, have dinner, have dessert, whatever it is that you would like to have at their individual places. They have something to offer you. So with that, please continue to engage with us through the comment section. We'll pick up any questions that you might have along the way, but I am just so thrilled to have Pho 78 Broomfield, John, and of course, World Juice Bar Denise with us today. Thank you so much for being on here with me.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. So let's get it kicked off and started. I know you both. I have known you for at least 2 years now, if not longer, and I've loved having that opportunity. And so I want people to know you personally first before we really go into your brand and what you have to offer. And we'll get it started. Actually, I'm going to flip this around. We'll have Denise start with this one. And Denise, just tell people you personally, outside of your business, who is Denise Sweet?
Well, Denise Sweet is kind of a jack of all trades. I dibble and dabble in a lot of things. My background is in IT. I'm not a native of Colorado. I'm originally from Pennsylvania. But I am a crafty person. So all of the graphics and the software that we use at the store, anything on the back end falls in line with my IT background and creativity. So I'm the behind the scenes person. I love chocolate. I love smoothies. That's why we are in this business. But basically, I'm very approachable, and that's one of the things that I would like to, go into when we talk about our business. My husband and I both.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Denise. I was over here trying to capture so much of what you were sharing, and I'm going to end up butchering it into something small. So I ask everybody to always turn up your volume and make sure you listen to the speaker more than you pull the typing that I have. And we did get a quick comment from Summer that's sharing, we love Pho 78. So just so you know, John, this is the next transition over to you. Let's tell people who you are, who's behind Pho 78 Broomfield.
Yes, my name is John, and one of the owners of Pho 78. My wife is the driven person. She actually, the person have the passion about cooking, and she's a supporting person. She's shy in front of camera, and she likes to be in the background in the kitchen. So and usually represent her. Similar to Denise here, I have a technical background. I was an engineer, and my wife is from Pennsylvania, Denise.
All right.
Yeah, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
On the other side, yes.
Yeah, nice. We got married in Philadelphia when I was working over there as an engineer. So
all right.
I would love to talk to you more about Pennsylvania someday.
Of course.
Oh, that's so funny. This is why I love doing this, because you never know the small details until you really start talking to someone. And it's always so great to just get to know you personally, because I think that bleeds into why you're doing what you're doing. And so with that, I want to transition into what is it that you do for those folks that do hop on here or are on here with us. And I know we have a number of people like Counselor Seymour and several others, Leah, and numerous other partners that have hopped on here with us. So let them know a little bit more about Pho 78 Broomfield first, and then we'll move over to World Juice Bar. Who are you guys as a brand? What do you offer to people, and what can people find there?
Yes, Pho 78 Broomfield is our second location. My wife and I, we started our first restaurant in Westminster, Pleasant Lake, Westminster, 3.5 years ago. And our philosophy is fresh ingredients and healthy food. Um, that's one thing I love about my wife's cooking. Is she always try to make a good, healthy meals for me and the kids. We have three kids, three daughters, 8 years old, 6 years old, and 2 years old. Uh, when before I met my wife, I always a big fan of going around to many restaurants. I still do, even though I have my own restaurant. I still do because I love to try many different things. So, and I noticed that fresh ingredients and healthy food are so important right now in healthy lifestyle, uh, especially busy professionals, even healthy drinks. World Juice Bar, I've been there a couple of times. I try your smoothie over there. Um, One of my favorites, I think the passion fruit juice over there. And I
Thank,
met your husband over there too a
thank
couple
you.
of times. Denise. Yeah, and I go there a lot for shopping at H Mart as well.
Mhm.
Uh, and
Yeah.
um, so our philosophy is healthy foods, happy customers. We are located at 120th and Main Street in Brookfield, and at this point we are rebranding to a new name. First name Brookfield to Jenny Pho in 2 weeks. To name after my wife. My wife's name is Jennifer. Uh, because fortunately in Westminster, we have a business partner who have different philosophy, who have different
Hmm.
um, philosophy, mindset, and he wants to use his own recipe with different supplier, and that's why we want to make sure that we still follow our philosophy: healthy food, happy customers.
Yeah, and I love that you I love the family component to this because I think that really that emanates in the food that you make and in what you're serving to people is that you really are connected to them through that family dynamic that's there. And I think one of the things that was really important for you to highlight, which you actually took that right out of my mouth, was the support for local. That what we're seeing across is that you can be a business owner that's supporting another business owner, and you're doing that voluntarily and you're doing it because you know that they have great quality products too and are helping them bring that to light. And for those of you that are hopping on here and you're wondering, how are you picking these two businesses to be on this broadcast? This is our Friday feature for our small business week. So something that we are running from the 2nd to the 21st of this month was this celebration to support our small businesses, and a handful of them, actually two handfuls through this closed loop to really get some traffic their way. And so these are two of our We Love Westy National Small Business Week partners that are on here with us telling us more about themselves. And then this comment comes to us quickly just from Summer, just sharing, it's nice to meet you, Denise. She does love smoothies. And she's wondering, is this the spot that's inside H Mart? So I will go ahead and just curve this over to you, Denise. Tell us all things World Juice Bar. Is it just juice? Is it Welch's juice? I mean, right? What does World Juice Bar entail? And then are you in fact located in H Mart? Where is this hidden gem of a small business?
So to start off, yes, we are inside of the H Mart International Market. And I put the international on there because inside of our H Mart, there's more than just Asian foods. We really love that environment. It fits our brand very well, being world, meaning cultural. And just to back up a little bit, we were in the kitchen one day. I'm from Pennsylvania, as we talked about, and Pennsylvania has a lot of great festivals. And John, your wife probably knows that. You probably know this too. And we were thinking about how we can get into the festival scene. And, we have French fries and cheesesteaks, all of these fattening things, right? And so we were in the kitchen thinking about, do we really want to do French fries? And we were making smoothies because smoothies were just always my favorite since the 80s. And light bulb hit, and we started out selling smoothies. We had 3 drinks that were regular. So if anyone has ever seen us at the People's Fair, a lot of the cultural festivals around town, Black Arts Festival, Cherry Blossom, any of those, you know that we sold smoothies. Well, we started out almost 20 years ago also selling boba. And at that time, boba was not as popular in Denver. And we all know that Denver has um, uh, an influx of people that are from, different parts of the world. And so I think within that 20-year span, that's when bobas became popular again. And lo and behold, we kept our boba equipment, and we were doing the festival scene. We got a food truck, we tried that. And my family, they were just so sick of me. My husband, David, I have to give you a shout out, David. He's stuck in there. But bottom line is 20 years later, we were able to land a space inside of the H Mart International Market. And at the time, there was a boba shop. And it was just great timing for us where we can reinvent our bobas. And then we were doing it a couple of years before as well. And so we merged the boba menu with the smoothie menu, but we also do cold pressed juices as well, and fresh juices. So if you come to the counter, if you want a carrot juice, you can get a carrot juice, or a mojito. That's our cucumber juice. If you just want something more refreshing, we have a more of a healthy type of component. That's our base. And we know with the bobas, we can incorporate different types of teas. We can incorporate coffee drinks as well. So our name, World Juice Bar, has the international flair where we can basically morph into different types of menus. So we have Ethiopian coffee, we have Thai coffee, we have Thai tea. And these are some drinks that maybe different communities have never had before. And so with our food truck, we can also go into different neighborhoods, especially neighborhoods that may not have a juice bar, right, in the neighborhood, and we can expose them to different style of drinks. Or we can also give attention to different cultural festivals or employee type of events. So we are a mobile and a retail juice bar. What's coming up next for us is we're looking at branding our own products and getting into the more supplement and nutritional side of the house. So if you come to the juice bar, hopefully you'll be able to get, a protein, and you could take that home while you're going hiking up in Boulder, or maybe you'll be able to, take some chia seeds with you, and you're going on a trip, and you're going on that Airbnb, and you're going to have a blender in the room. So I'm really excited about some of the newer things that we're doing. And just to mention, we also hire a lot of youth. So if you stop by the store, you've probably seen a variety of an intergenerational staff, right? My husband and I, we work the bar. I'm virtual. My husband, he's the manager there, but we really love connecting with the high school counselors, connecting with Adams County with some of the programs that we have, because along with introducing the community to different types of food, okay, because reality is we come together through food, right? I don't care what the news says about us not getting along. When we eat and we break bread together, that's when things really come in motion and we start relationships. Well, along with that, we really are excited about being able to hire students and see kids when they go off to college. So that's what the World Juice Bar is about.
Yeah, I love that. And I think the name is so fitting to capture a lot of the things that you're doing. All of those components lead into that. And it sounds like it pays off to be a hoarder of things, because you held on to that equipment and you moved with it, and then it came in handy from there. So I think that's great. And then I love the two things that you said, and that's, food does bring people together. It's sitting there and breaking bread. It's creating those memories. I mean, we can all think back to, your favorite bakery whenever you were younger, all the way to that, local deli that was there. And I think that transcends anything that you go through your life. So I love that you shared that. And then you also touched on this melting pot that you've got in your own individual shop, that you are focused on educating. Both of you are doing that. You're educating people on products and on different cultures as well throughout the process, things that they don't see in a normal environment. And for us, you know, all three of us, and I'll speak this very uniformly because, you know, growing up, I wasn't shy to try things different, right? Because you are kind of different. And so you naturally have that inkling to figure what is nice, you know, what works, even if it's something new, you're willing to try it. And that's not the bulk of people. Like, there are so many more that are on the other side of this, that really, you know, for them to try something new is just going out of their comfort zone. So I love that you guys are both doing that. We do have a couple of quick comments. And for those of you that are hopping on to the broadcast, we have Denise from World Juice Bar and John from Faux 78. Both of them have shared updates on their business in terms of rebranding, all the way to kind of what's coming up next with product labels, and of course other different products that they're looping in. Feel free to comment any questions that you might have, any comments that you have along the way. We've got some of your fans that are already watching between Brian and Summer. I think they're going to be hogging this up for some time. Brian is recommending the World Juice Bar's pina colada smoothie, and he does say that it's so good. Yeah, I know. I will have to compete with John's comment about the bubble tea. I like their honeydew milk. I don't know if you've tried this yet, but that is a favorite. Just letting you know. Oh, and this is a great comment. So he does share that you guys text coupons you can sign up for, Denise. So we'll actually start with Denise first before we move over to John. What are you guys doing for Small Business Week? Are you offering something for your people as they're coming in? A component of participating or being a participating business. You know, customers are trying to figure out the riddle and figure out if your location has the golden ticket. And if they find the golden ticket, you know, they get these cool gift cards and other prizes through the chamber, which we haven't had anyone claim the golden ticket yet. So last week, that one I know went unused. This week, we are trying to find who is going to be that winner for this next golden ticket. With that being said, if they go to your location and you do not have the golden ticket, you do have swag that you can give them. You've got some shop local shirts. You even have some Westy branded type masks. But are you doing any offers for people that are coming into your business? And if so, what does that look like?
So just in general, we have regular coupons. We try to acknowledge as many holidays as possible. But we have a strong relationship with the chamber. I want to thank you, Juliet, once again, for always plugging us into your marketing campaigns. On our in our lobby, what I call our lobby, when you come up to the store, there is a huge digital display there. I do have the ad running about Westminster Chamber Small Business Week. I like to also add, you know, this is for VIP customers, kind of to give people something a little bit special to think about. So if they come into the store, all you need to do is pay attention to the website, to the riddles and some of the hints, but you will get a 10% coupon to go along with that for Small Business Week. And then we also have a weekly newsletter as well. And so there is a lot of information already being given out to our customers about the campaign.
Thank you so much for that, Denise. And if people are not signed up for your newsletter, is that something that they have to do at your business place, or is that something through your social media website that they can do as well?
Yes, you can always go to our website, and there's plenty of links on to contact us. Like I said, I work virtual, so I will get it and I will lead you to it. Or you can go to rewards.worldjuicebar.com. You can sign up there, and that will sign up to our VIP program. But basically, you will get put into the database so that you can choose what you want. Some folks don't like to get text messages, and they would prefer to get, you know, an email every once in a while. So we give folks options.
Yeah, I think that's part of a really great strategy is, you know, what works for people. Not everyone's on their phone all the time, believe it or not, or vice versa. Not everyone's checking their email, refreshing it constantly. So you kind of have to meet them in the middle that's there. And thank you for that. It looks like we've got some quick reactions on here. I don't want to lose sight of them. Emilio and Keeland, good morning. Thank you guys for hopping on with us. And Dr. Zarnik, appreciate you guys for tuning in. John, what about you? What does that look like on your end? Do you have regular types of offerings that you do similar to Denise? And then in terms of Small Business Week, was there something that's going on?
Yes, we have our Monday to Wednesday specials, buy one get one half off. Monday is any ride dish, buy one get one half off. Tuesday, any bubble tea smoothies, buy one get one half off. And Wednesday, any Vermont jelly noodle bowl, buy one get one half off. But for this week, the Small Business Week, I have a marketing team that been running ad offering free wonton, craft cheese wonton for any orders above $25, and it's been running in the background. So far, there's some good engagement on the ad, I hope more customers can come. If they don't find a golden ticket, they can get some craft cheese wonton with their meal.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. And I know I've had a couple of our participating businesses that have shared people are dropping in and have been asking for the ticket and they didn't have it. So they are going out there. Hopefully they're still asking and not feeling discouraged, because Denise was actually where we had the golden ticket last week. And so no one had stopped in over there during that time. We had attempted, I think people that if they did stop in, they weren't asking for the ticket because she still had the ticket by the end of the week. So it definitely was one of those that we want you guys to be able to find those prizes at those businesses. But we also want to be conscious, if you drove out there, then we want to thank you for doing that. And thank you by supporting those businesses and making sure that you're taking care of them during Small Business Week. So I love that you guys both have something going on. We do have right now, I think, the third riddle for our prize number 2 that's going on. And these have been, I would say, a lot easier than last week. So you guys need to go to this last, right? Denise like shaking her head. This is like way easier. I cannot be more clear. So hop on and see what that riddle is so you can figure out where this next golden ticket is hiding. We have some cool comments that are here from Emilio sharing that you both, World Juice Bar and Faux 78 in Broomfield, are 2 awesome establishments. He's sharing how much he likes it with that exaggerated yum that's there. So just wanted to show you one of your fans. Of course, Summer is sharing that she's loving your philosophy, Denise, especially as it relates to some of the health components. And this was something that you emphasized, is you guys are really starting to look at those proteins and bringing in some of those smoothies. And I just want to give you both a pat on the back for that. Both of you know that I'm very health conscious myself, and so seeing that you're bringing these into your business, whether it's protein or in John's case, John will customize the menu for me. So if I go in there and I tell him, John, I really want to eat, but I can't have this, and that, he does create something that I can have. And I think that just having that experience with small businesses, you can't have that with larger entities that are very fixated. Unfortunately, they just don't have the ability to customize as much. And so I just want to recognize, some of these healthy efforts that you guys are both making, but you're accommodating for your customers as well. So can you provide? Yes. So there was a link that Denise, you mentioned as it relates to where people can sign up for your newsletters, where they can find about the prizes. So I'll have you share with me maybe that link, and then I'll pop that into the comment section. And then John, I'm going to turn over to you immediately after, and then I'll ask you for your website as well, so that way people can connect with you and find out your information as well.
So the general website, you can just go there, www.worldjuicebar.com, and you can click on the deals link at the top menu, and then we would have all your information.
Thank you. So I'll just quickly pull that up. That's www.worldjuicebar.com. And there is a link that connects over to the rewards component, what they have on a continual basis. And then, of course, even what they're having right now for Small Business Week. And John, I will ask you for the very same thing, is where can people find information about you online? Where can they find about those cool deals that you are also doing on a continual basis?
Yes, everything is on our website. It's www.buzzmba.com for now. In 2 weeks, we will have a brand new website. It will be www.jennybuzz.com.
Awesome. So I'll go ahead and pull that up. That's fuss78.com for right now. And yeah, let's do our part and look at this transition as it relates to the branding and where people can support you and everything that's and what you guys are both doing. Because I love the growth. We like the transition that we're seeing for both of you. And I know I've been peppering you with questions. We've also been pulling comments and questions from the audience that has come on here. And so now I'm going to give you an opportunity. Was there something that I did not ask that you're like really desperate to share with people, you're dying to, and if so, you know, what is that? Let me know what that is. And we'll start with John. I'm going to have you go ahead and go first, and then we'll transition over to Denise.
Yes, I would like to get more feedback from all the local businesses and local communities on how can a restaurant support everyone as we move to the new phase of no restriction. I think this Sunday, that's where everyone can go dine again with 100% capacity. But I could sense that people still have fear of sitting near each other within 6 feet away. So as a restaurant owner, I would like to know whether I should have keep the divider between chairs, keep wearing masks, even though the state say is more than 80% of the customer inside restaurant are vaccinated. People don't need to wear masks. But from my perspective, and as a business owner, I want to continue to practice safety first. I continue to ask all my staff to wear masks inside the kitchen and inside the dining area. Wear gloves as well. I know that some people out there they haven't had a chance to get the vaccine, or their immune system cannot allow them to take the vaccine. And they love to go out. They love to dine in. They love to go outdoors, get some fresh air. So I would like to get some feedback on what suggestions the restaurant should do as we move on to the next phase.
I think that's great. And thank you so much for bringing that up, John. So as a lot of people will start noting, we are moving into a different phase as a result of COVID numbers, as a result of vaccines as well. Accessibility, of course, the percentage of Coloradans that have had their vaccines to date, the availability that's there. And we're seeing really the governor and the state kind of issue this, I would say, a little bit lesser of a regulation, the ability and the freedom for folks to be able to go hopefully back to this normal. With that, that is allowing the opportunity, of course, for counties to create guidelines and rules that may be a little bit more stricter than the state if necessary. For now, we'll go ahead and issue those statements here actually after this broadcast so people see what that looks like, what this new phase looks like, this clear, and what that means for businesses. But our businesses do have the flexibility of going even more stringent if they choose. They always have that flexibility as a business. They are their own private business establishment, which really means that if they do have a policy or a rule that they would like to enforce, that they have that freedom to do so. And of course, as us, if we are consumers and you go to a business and you're like, this is something I do not feel comfortable doing, nor would I want to do, you have that option to go ahead and step away and leave that establishment as well. But So John's comment was really geared around, with this opportunity that, that they have, because now it's that really, do they want to keep it at a lesser, or do they want it to have it even back to where it is right now, or even stricter? What does that look like? So he's looking for some feedback. I think that makes sense. I think that's a great policy to kind of implement, John. We have had this quick comment that came to us from Julie. Julie is sharing, she would really like for servers to keep wearing masks. And I think that's thank you, Julie, for providing that feedback. Whether you are one that likes one way or another on various things, we want to hear that. These businesses want that perspective so that they can be as conscious of consumers as possible. So appreciate that perspective that you're sharing our way, Julie, and of course for your comment. With that, Denise, I'm transitioning to you. Do you have anything in particular that you have not been able to share with everyone that you would like to go ahead and share? I know you've talked with us, about your product labels, your offerings through the truck that you have that can go out there, and just this variety of different, I would say, services or service lines that you have within World Juice Bar. But what else have I not touched on that you're really dying to tell people?
Well, I'll just piggyback on the pandemic. Just to let everybody know, just being in the food industry so long, it's a labor of love. Okay, we're in this to serve our customers. We're not here to just make a lot of money. Everybody knows about the restaurant business, right? It's very difficult to be in the restaurant industry, number one, and especially during the pandemic. And I want to thank all of our customers that have continued to support us. I am looking forward to getting new customers. But at this time, we are in a collaborative relationship with our customers. So there has been times where our customers had to be patient with us. As the levels go down and change, we're looking at a spike in our foot traffic. And since we're in a smaller space, we've had to make accommodations by, of course, shutting down the lobby. So what that means is we have a mobile app now. So instead of taking extra time to wait for your order, when you come to H Mart, pull up your mobile app, put your order in so that when you get through the line, you can get your product faster. So we're looking at different ways that we can accommodate everyone. We can legalize everything, right? Down to the wire, but we are humans and all of us have some of the basic needs. So with that in mind, my husband, he is the on-site manager, David Sweet. If you have any issues you can always address us in person and online, because I will get the feedback as well. We're very open, very transparent. Our motto with our customers is an open cup policy, meaning if there's issues, we will make it right. There's no reason to go online and smash us when we can make a drink for you in literally 1 minute. We are committed to our customers and we like to make it right. But during the pandemic, we've had to make a lot of adjustments. And also, just to let everybody know, if you have a group or if you have an event, you can also do catering and you can pre-book us online. So that is another service that, like Juliet said, we have a lot of things going on at the store, but you can also utilize the World Juice Bar in a different way as well.
Yeah, I think that is terrific. And so many comments that I want to hop on that you have just shared, Denise. I do see Counselor Bowles just wanted to quickly share that he's giving his good morning remarks both to Denise and John. Thank you for hopping on here, Counselor. And Denise, I think you nailed it when you said several things and they just resonate because it's stuff that I always go out there and try and repeat for people, right? This idea that as a small business, we get this idea that business is just this one thing, right? And regardless of scale, there's no cushion and you're all after profit, this and that. And the reality is that you're not into it to be reaping so much off of people's backs, right? Like you are wanting the profit component, but your margins are so thin. And you've seen how thin those margins are with COVID, with the ability to, or the inability really to operate, where you did have to let go of some employees and adjust hours and adjust your lobby time so you can accommodate and you're not in a position where you can't offer the beautiful benefits that you guys do. So thank you for saying that lens first. But congrats on those two things. You've adapted and pivoted quite a bit during this time, from the mobile app that now people can use to the opportunity to just pick things up and go. And I think it speaks one additional thing that I want to emphasize to anyone that's tuned in, that's a consumer, whether you're a business owner yourself, you're still consuming the product, resident visitor in our community, but be mindful that these are people that are so open to feedback and discussion. And in the age of just hopping on and leaving a review, or just spazzing online to do something like that, just take a second and talk to them about it. And I do the same thing. We all have experiences that may not be the best, and one of my rules of thumb whenever I do have something like that, whether it's at a place I know or it's at a place that I don't know at all, I always go out there and I share, here's what my experience was, because I don't want that to happen to somebody else. And what can we do to address that so it doesn't continue to? And you'll find that a lot of businesses, one, they appreciate that more than the review that you leave them online. Because let's be real, if you are not a business owner and you get a negative performance review at work, how terrible does that make you feel? Terrible. Like, you walk out of there and you're just like, one, you're just so frustrated because you put in so much and you feel like you're not getting that appreciation for everything that you're doing. And but you would have preferred if they sat you down, they said, here's the areas that we're seeing, what can you share on that? And then you can explain everything that you've done. So be conscious, be mindful that these are people that are here to really serve you, and also support their businesses. And then both Faux 78 in Broomfield and of course World Juice Bar are doing more than just providing products. They're really creating this culture of community, and they do that through their uniqueness and all their offerings. So I know I shared with everyone at the start of this broadcast that we have two guests. These are two of ours that are participating in Westy Small Business Week. During this time, we have been posting riddles, and we ask you to try and find the golden ticket. The golden ticket is hidden at only one business of the participating businesses, but know that if you go into another business and they don't have the ticket, they will still have either product swag that we've provided them for the Shop Local campaign, and or discounts and offers that they have, like both of our partners on here today have. So you would benefit from going out there, just seeing them, getting to know them, and of course some of the opportunities that they have for you as a customer. Now, both Faux 78 and World Juice Bar do have websites. I'll pull those up for you. There's faux78.com for now until they rebrand into Jenny's here in about a couple of weeks. So stay tuned for that rebrand that we'll have. Of course, World Juice Bar is worldjuicebar.com for any of you that were interested in knowing where you can find information about them on the webs. Now, if you haven't been to their physical establishments, then hopefully this will encourage you to get out there and do that, or hop onto any of the delivery services online and order delivery to yourself. And you can find Faux 78 in Broomfield at 120th and Main in Broomfield. Look out for that rebrand. And of course, World Juice Bar is located inside of H Mart International. That's at the corner of 92nd and Sheridan. You'll find it inside of that international location. And I briefly alluded to this, but both of them are on the delivery services app. I know this personally because I've gone on there before and supported them, from Grubhub to several others. So if you are conscious of either your time, you don't want to get on the road since traffic's picking back up, or because you have other obligations, maybe like your kiddos or anything else, utilize that platform. Or if you have some free time and can actually go in person, these businesses are upholding health and safety and well-being of all of their customers. I do ask that you give us a hashtag replay if you end up watching this video and we are no longer live. Make sure that you connect with both of our partners that are on here on all things social. They are both active on Facebook. They are also active on Instagram, where you'll find both World Juice Bar and Faux 78. Look out for the deals that they offer. Look out for their website. Of course, we have our campaign running until the 21st. So we'll be back on here to feature small business resource partners. We'll also share with you a couple of other businesses that are still participating in the campaign through features. Our programs and events are really starting to run back full steam. So a lot of you have been asking, when are we going to get back to a normal? We're doing our best to. Here's what you'll need to know. We already have saved the dates on all of our annual events. So our Mutts and Struts event, our Taste event, our awards gala to celebrate business in the state of the city, those are coming back to us live starting in the summer. Our regularly occurring programs like those after hours lunch and learns, they'll pick back up. They're going to be slower. So that'll be in the latter part of this year, and they'll hopefully resume in 2022. But between now and then, what we're doing is the Ambassadors Committee is shouldering the weight of Dine Local lunch mobs that we have. They're popping into different businesses to support them during the lunch hour, all the way to social hours that we do on a monthly basis. Small group setting, being mindful of the business location and their health and guidelines that they have in place. And I don't want to lose sight before I close this out. It looks like Denise's counterpart is on here. Just want to give him a second to introduce himself and give us a quick wave.
Hey, how you guys doing? I'm David Sweet.
Well, thank you, David, for hopping on with us at the very end of this broadcast. But Denise, I think, has done a wonderful job in sharing your brand. John, thank you for sharing about you and your significant other. If anyone watches this broadcast, they're going to be like, oh, I should get in with my spouse and start a business. Know that this is the anomaly. Not everyone can definitely work side by side in some quarters in stress levels high as it is in the restaurant and retail industry. So kudos to both of our business partners that are on here with us, both 78 and of course World Juice Bar. Thank you guys so much. I've appreciated this. I appreciate you as partners, and of course I consider you personal friends of mine because you just become my friend whether you like it or not. So
that's right. And John, we owe you a date too.
Yes.
Yes. If you get a chance, please visit us. It's on 120th and Main Street. And we would like to get your feedback too about our boba, our smoothie. We also like your philosophy. We focus on healthy foods, drinks.
Yeah,
that's right. That's right.
So thank you, Juliet.
Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. I appreciate it.